Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. We made it to March. It's March again. How the hell is it March again? Okay, anyways, we're here. So here we are. I'm so excited. Every month we've been bringing in guest speakers, and just to kick off the month of March, a new month, a new beginning. We have our awesome new friend, Megan Bowen, here with us. Megan is the owner and creator of Dance From Home. She is also a professional performer and creator in New York City. And Megan, I will let you introduce yourself. So I'm just going to let you take it away. Tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from? How did you get to where you are? Why are you in New York? Give us the lowdown on who Megan is.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name's Megan. I am originally from Southern California. So I grew up there. I was a competition dancer when I was little, and when I got in middle school, I started getting involved in musical theater. I had always been singing my entire life. And then as I entered high school, I kind of had to make the choice if I wanted to do, dance team or musicals. And at the time I chose dance team. I liked their costumes. And from there, I always knew I wanted to go to college. That was something my parents always wanted us to do. My mom was a first generation, so it was very important for me and my brothers to go. So I ended up applying for schools and for dance departments. At the time, I wanted to be more of a classical, contemporary jazz dancer, kind of left theater on the back burner. Didn't really think about it at all. I had a really rocky audition process for college universities. I was actually rejected by every single university that I auditioned for. And on multiple occasions, I was told I wasn't their ideal body type. So that's a fun one. I talk about that on my Instagram and TikTok a lot. But I did end up getting into UC Irvine, which is where I attended through my grades, which was awesome. Once I got there, I noticed that they had auditions again for their dance department. So I decided to give it a second try, and I got accepted. And the rest was it was great. I ended up graduating the top of my class there, got awards for excellence in performance. So it was really an awesome story of like getting rejected by everyone and then being like, hey, I did it. While I was in college, I got reintroduced to musical theater my junior year, actually through my sorority. They do this yearly competition called Songfest, in which we partnered up and condensed down musicals into 12 minutes into this huge competition. So I choreographed it and was a part of it. And I was like, wait, I love to sing. I love to dance. What? And after that, I got involved in our drama department again. I did a study abroad, that's air quotes, study abroad program, and got accepted, came out to New York my senior year for about 5 weeks and studied here, did auditions, master classes, all that stuff. And I fell in love. I knew it was exactly what I wanted to do. Went to California, graduated. 3 months later, I moved out here by myself. I had like 3 suitcases, and that was it. I've been in New York City for about a little over 4 years now. It took me a very long time to get settled and grounded financially, emotionally, mentally. It took a very long time for me. And so I didn't really start having the ability to take time off to perform or audition, I should say, until about my 3rd year living here. Once that started in 2019, I started auditioning. I booked my first show. It was great. Going into 2020, booked more shows. I was like, yes, we're on the up and up. And then the pandemic struck and everything was goodbye. At the time, January of 2020 was when I really started diving into this idea of having multiple streams of income. As a performer, I knew there were some examples in the industry, very few, of like women that were working Broadway shows and fitness jobs or, side businesses that they'd had. And then, I also had this idea of like, well, if the Lin-Manuel Mirandas of the world can be actors in their own shows, producers, writers, screen actors, like all this stuff, why couldn't I do it too? So that was my thoughts in the beginning of 2020. And I was trying to figure out what I would want as far as a career or another stream of income. Let's say if I booked Broadway and had 8 shows a week, like what else would I want to do to bring other money in. So I was brainstorming on that. And, as soon as the pandemic struck and I lost all of my jobs, it kind of just, it was good timing. And it was Friday, March 13th here in New York City when I got word that everything was shut down. I held my first online Zoom class a week later. I charged for it. A lot of people were doing free content at the time and free classes. And I said, you know what? I'm the unemployed one. Most of my clientele are, 9-to-5 working humans, fabulous with salaried jobs that hadn't lost it. So I was like, yeah, you can pay to still take my class. And I did. I had 46 people sign up for that first class. And as soon as money was involved, I said, let's start a business and do this the right way. And that's what I have been doing for an entire year.
Yes. Good for you. Good for you. I'm so glad to hear that you charged right from the get-go. I'm grateful that a lot of the organizations and companies were offering free opportunities for people, but just to approach it with a smart business mind and to say, no, my clients have the ability to pay for this. So it's time to make some money. So I love hearing that you immediately pivoted. Have you felt like you've always kind of had that entrepreneurial mind, or is it something that once you moved to New York, you kind of started developing? Or?
Oh yeah, I've always been, I would say, more of the leader type in my entire lifetime. I also am an Enneagram 3, if anyone is familiar with those. I am a very much type 3, fit that. But, growing up, I was the varsity captain of my dance team. In college, I was the president of one of the biggest dance organizations. I was the philanthropy chair for my sorority, so I always loved doing a lot of things. Which is also why a lot of people ask me if college is worth it for dancers. And you know what? I wouldn't have learned all these skills to be a business owner if I hadn't. So I always say yes. But so, throughout my entire life, I had always kind of been wanting to lead, wanting to learn, and kind of take all of what I know and just put it out to the world.
That's awesome. What would you say, before we kind of dive into more of what Dance From Home entails? I want you to kind of go into that. But before we go into that, maybe for a new teacher, someone who is fresh out of college, even fresh out of high school, someone who is just getting into this world of teaching dance or becoming a choreographer or whatever, do you have any, what's a little bit of advice or inspiration that you would pass on to someone like that?
I would say that you have to always be a student. You have to keep learning, because if you're going to teach someone something or you expect them to pay for something from you, you have to be doing the work as well. I think that's one of the biggest things that I've done, and especially into this year, why I've been even more successful, is because I started putting that training again for myself and pouring that back into my clients. So I would really recommend that. And I would also say, look at the people where you want to be at. If there is someone in the industry that you really admire and you want to be at that level, you should try and put yourself with them or in that group or follow them. That's something that I guess I wish I would have done sooner instead of trying to just do it all on my own.
I know, we feel like, oh, I can do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
No. That's great. Awesome. Thank you. And then kind of on the flip side, what would you say to someone who's been in the industry for a long time, but maybe has this, oh shit moment of there's a pandemic or this happened? I mean, I always tell my clients all the time, if it's not a pandemic, it's going to be something else. There's always going to be a challenge. What would you say to someone who's been in the industry for a while, either as a teacher, a performer, whatever, and they're finding themselves at a crossroad? What would you say to someone like that?
I would say you just have to keep putting yourself out there. And the biggest thing right now is social media. And an even bigger thing is online fitness, and dance falls into that online education fitness platform. Go do the research, go read the numbers. Online fitness is the future. And that is why I pivoted right away. So I would say, instead of resisting anything like social media or online platforms, try and lean into it a little more. I know it's so frustrating at times and it is not familiar for any one of us, but the earlier you tap into it, the more you can, you know, I guess learn to love it, but really expand your community, right? We have this opportunity now to reach people that wouldn't normally be able to dance with you in person, and you then in turn can impact more lives. So why not go that route and do that? I think that's what my advice would be. But
100%.
you will have to be very vulnerable and open about your journey and your process, and share what you can. And that's what I do on social media all the time.
Yeah. Listen, y'all, if you're not following Megan, you need to follow Megan at Megan Bowen __. She A, has the cutest dog on the planet. B, I love that you just recently you're kind of calling out some of the fitness brands and their leggings and their pants, but you really you create a conversation on social media with not only between you and your clients and your followers, but also with brands and businesses, and we met through Instagram, and you know, it's you're building a community, and I think that a lot of people can take a lot away from that. And if you follow Megan for anything, just follow for her dog Jazzy. It's
love Jazzy.
Yes. It's so fun. Awesome. That's such great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so great. Okay, let's dive into Dance From Home, because this has now become your passion project, your baby, your financial success. It's been such an awesome story to kind of follow along and hear. So we already know, you know, a week after you shut down in New York, and here you are, you're a professional performer, you're booking jobs, and life is going great. And then all of a sudden the world shuts down. That's scary. That's a really scary moment for anyone in the arts industry, but especially a performer. But you know, just so quick to transition 1 week later, offering that first class online, charging for it, all of that, 40 plus students in that first class. Tell us about the growth of Dance From Home. Because I've seen it transform a little bit. It kind of started with the fitness that you're still offering, and then now we've got the Broadway cardio, we've got your ensemble membership, so all of that. So kind of take us through that journey of where it started, how it's grown, you know, the successes, the challenges, maybe even along the way. Give us that journey right there.
It has been, well, now that we're almost at the full year mark, it first started off, you know, a lot of business 101 will tell you to niche down and get very specific and get really good at that. And I did the opposite when I started. I didn't know what I was doing. But I did take very messy action, and I just went with it. And I was willing to let it open and change. And ever since day one, it's funny that you said passion project, because my mentality around my business is actually, it is not my passion. My business is my business. My passion is performing and being on stage.
Love it.
Jess Glazer is someone I follow on Instagram, and she posts about this all the time, differentiating the difference between them. And she's like, you know, passions can change all the time, but you want your business to be concrete, and you want to be able to strip away your ego from your business. And since I'm looking at it like that, and I'm able to strip away the ego and take feedback and change, I think that's why it's been able to go through this process the entire year. So when I started, I originally wanted everything. I was like, I used to teach fitness classes. So I thought of it as 4 pillars. I was like, we're going to have fitness, we're going to have dance cardio, we're going to have choreography classes, and we're going to have active stretching. That is what everyone needs. I know this is going to be great. And people really came to it at first. You know, it was the beginning of the pandemic. I think a lot of online businesses boomed and did super great at the beginning, but then I quickly declined. So, you know, I had reoccurring clients. At the time, I was taking Venmo and PayPal payments for every single transaction for about 2 months. I was Excel docs, sending emails. It was very time consuming. It was very exhausting. And when you're just starting the LLC in the process, it was very overwhelming. So that is where it was. And I didn't really have a clear direction, but I had clients. And from there, I was honestly getting exhausted teaching 7 classes a week, and I had the ability to expand my team. So I did. I expanded quickly, which was also a big mistake for me. I expanded quickly. I had a wide range of classes I offered, and it did great until it didn't around the end of summertime, around August of last year is when it really started to decline. I was exhausted trying to think of different themes and sell classes by songs. I had people that would like fill up classes one week and then I would have 20 people the next. And I was selling either individual drop-ins or class packs, and it just wasn't sustainable. And I ended up, losing money. I wasn't making a profit anymore. All I was doing was paying my instructors. I had at the time 8 other people who I was paying. I wasn't paying myself. And the business wasn't making a profit. And it was around October. It started around August of last year through October. I was like, I need to make a change. But I was feeling guilty. I loved my team. I was, it wasn't their fault the business wasn't succeeding. It was my fault. So I really had to take time to reflect. And I really did. I let the business kind of not die out, but really kind of hit a downward slope around October when we weren't making any money. And around November, I came across Talent Hack, which is a incredible platform for any of you that are looking to go online, or if you're in the fitness, dance, and like you need to go to Talent Hack. Tell them I referred you. I think you'll get a discount. Tell them Megan Bowen sent you and you'll get something. But I follow them on Instagram and I noticed that they were launching a 6 to 6 course, the 6 steps to 6 figures. And it was specifically geared towards the fitness solopreneur, which I was like, okay, I'm dance, but I fall under fitness technically, and I should learn what these people are doing because they're successful. So can I apply this solopreneur private trainer mentality to a business model? I was very curious to see if I could take that and put it to what I was doing. So I took this class, I paid for the course. It was 4 or 5 weeks, and it was amazing. It really transformed my mindset of how I wanted to deliver my business. It really helped me niche down to what it is today. I had before felt really guilty for, I wanted to please everyone, but I realized the more I was able to niche down, I could please more of the right people. And I wasn't excluding anyone. I was just helping the right type of people with what I could give them. So back a year ago, Dance From Home was a online fitness dance brand. You could take a bunch of different classes. And now, today, we are a membership-based program. We are geared towards Broadway lovers looking to reconnect to the joy of dance through musical theater themed fitness, choreography, and industry master workshops. So I got my quote unquote elevator pitch down. I know exactly who we serve. I know exactly what we do. And because I did that and took that course, I was able to then go forth and sell, but also share the impact that I knew my programming would help and like change other people's lives. So when I launched it, this was also something new. I had never done a subscription. I knew that was most financially rewarding and where the online fitness world was going. So I set a price. I'm $125 a month, and that was it. This is my program. You get 4 classes a week, X, Y, and Z. You can go check it out on my socials and see everything that I offer. And I had 73 people sign up for it when I first launched it. And that was because of me. I had to come up with it. I had to believe in it and do the work to make it what it is. And it was also a lot of like Talent Hacks guidance and investing in people that were better than me and knowing more than me in the industry to then, help me get to where I am. And here we are, 3 months in, I offered now a second membership, just a Broadway cardio membership, which is great. I think I have anywhere from like 10 clients that signed up for that one. And now that I niched down so much, now I'm able to expand a little bit more. Now I'm able to give a different membership for people that want certain things, because I can do that. So yeah, that's kind of the journey. Started
amazing.
big, lost a lot, pivoted a million times again, relaunched, and then now we're here.
Amazing. Yeah. And just to kind of summarize, like, so separating passion from business. I love that you said that. Like, and I don't, maybe that's just an automatic thing from, you know, cause we're in the dance industry. We love dance. It's, you know, and so thinking of things as passion projects, whatever, but separating passion from business, huge. Not expanding too quickly if you can't really handle that, or you don't really, if you're not being intentional with that expanding, and then niching down, like, John Lee Dumas, he runs Entrepreneurs on Fire podcast. And he always says the riches are in the niches.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can really just laser focus on the exact people that you want to be serving, that's when you're really going to start to find your stride.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. And Talent Hack, I've just been hearing endless praise for Talent Hack and how
incredible.
Yeah. It's just been helping performers and dancers and fitness peeps in the industry just to really pivot and make a living, not just survive, but make a living.
Yeah.
Amazing. So cool.
1000%. I highly recommend them.
That's so great. And your amazing success. I mean, the success of Dance From Home is so inspiring. The amount of people that you're impacting is so great. I mean, look at these 70 plus people who are changing their lives by falling in love with dance again and Broadway and staying healthy and all of that. And I just love your message of finding the joy in what you're doing, as opposed to, am I going to lose weight? Am I going to look hot? It's not about that. It's about that joy of moving your body and doing what you can do and celebrating what you can do. Mm-hmm. I love that. So thank you for being a leader in that area. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if somebody, I'm just looking over all my questions. I want to make sure while we have you, if somebody wants to sign up for Dance From Home, where are they going to go?
They're going to go to my Instagram. And when I'm telling you, because I know you all that are watching are going to watch this later, to get involved on social media, Instagram is your new business card. So I send everyone there first, because I can talk to them in my DMs and see exactly what they're looking for and tell them if it's what it is for, if my stuff is for them or if it's not. So I would say my Instagram, you can go to Dance From Home, or, you know, you can go to my personal one as well. But I would say Dance From Home. I always have a link in my bio to whatever we're pushing right now. Obviously, we have my signups are ending today for my March membership. So I have all of that linked in my Instagram bio. You can also go to my website, which is great, that I do have, www.dancebymeganbowen.com. That also has every information that you will need as well. And yeah, that's how you would do it.
Awesome. I know I'm with you on the Instagram front. Like, just go to the Instagram first. You got all the links there. You're good.
I've gotten all my clients.
That's awesome. Megan, your story is just so great. I love hearing your perseverance and your consistency of seeing your vision and knowing, woman to woman, I'm just all about that boss mindset of, you know what, like, move aside, world. I've got stuff to do right now. So I love that you're just forging a new path for women in the business, and you're not taking any shit along the way. You're doing what you do. And I love it so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm so grateful that we were able to connect.
You got to be the change and say the change that you want.
Absolutely. I love it. Any last words before we wrap up today? Anything else you want to share about what you're doing, or anything you want to share with our audience?
Yeah. I mean, I would just say specifically for this audience is to keep learning from everyone that is ahead of you right now. We are in such weird, I hate it, unprecedented times, but you know, truly, especially for what we do as artists and our educators, is you just have to stay in tune with where things are going and try not to harp too much on what they were, because we can create beautiful things going into the future if we put that mindset out there. And yeah, I would just say connect with me over my socials, either my personal one or Dance From Home. I'm also now on TikTok, which is crazy. I just hit like 11,000 followers on that, which is insane.
Yes.
I also, educators, TikTok is a very lucrative platform. You should go on there as well. That's a whole nother
I know, right?
hour-long conversation. But yeah, just be confident in what you're teaching and what you're selling, and keep learning.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. My friends here in the group, make sure you go follow Megan, connect with her, connect with Dance From Home, and let's all get our booties dancing at home. I think that's a good idea. Thank you so much, Megan.
You're welcome.